Welcome to E.10.2. We're going to outline the formation of secondary pollutants and photochemical smog. So what are secondary pollutants? Well, these are pollutants that form in the atmosphere, as opposed to the primary pollutants which were emitted from a source. We're going to look at a few of these. There's going to be a few formulas for you to remember, so just try and strategize that way. Ozone is one of our first secondary pollutants, and we've looked at ozone before in other contexts, especially with the ozone layer, and so some of these equations are the same. But when we're looking at this one as a secondary pollutant, we have an oxygen-free radical, and that, if you make the connection again, was made from oxygen being broken down using sunlight or UV. So that was created, and it can react with another oxygen to form ozone. So the same process as the ozone layer happening at the surface now. For the second one are nitrogen oxides. So what we have here are what we call hydroxyl free radicals. And these hydroxyl free radicals are created again with these oxygen free radicals created from the sunlight breaking O2 reacting with our atmospheric water. And so when we end up with these hydroxyl free radicals, they can actually react with our nitrogen dioxide that's been formed in the atmosphere, and that can form our HNO3 or acid rain. For the production of aldehydes, another secondary pollutant, it takes this free radical here reacting with oxygen, and what happens is a hydrogen will come off with one of the oxygens, and we'll still have a free radical being made there, so that can continue on and form more secondary pollutants. And then we have these what we call PANs, and this is what happens with them. So here we have an R group, carbon double bonded to an oxygen, and then two oxygens with single bonds. And what will happen is this NO2 that's in the atmosphere will react with that, and it will actually create this final molecule here. This final molecule is called a PAN, and it actually has a bad health impact, which we'll talk about in a second. So those are all the different ways that each one of these secondary pollutants is created. Our health effects affect on breathing. So if you have this photochemical smog, it actually makes it harder to breathe. So you don't really want to exercise in that kind of smog. It will cause or aggravate your bronchitis. It will aggravate your asthma. And the PANs, especially here, like we just saw, they actually irritate the eyes so that you can get watery eyes.